What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well on this Monday morning as I start my day. I want to talk to you guys about the two fights I discussed last week. Claressa Shields and Lani Daniels, and Tony Harrison and Edward Diaz. The guys, when the Edward Diaz Tony Harrison fight started, I was at a casino, so I was watching the fight on my phone. All right. I knew about the height difference. I told you guys about that. That Tony would have the natural size advantage. That Diaz started out at 120. He fought as low as 120 in his career. But guys, when I saw that reach, I was like, ooh, because I didn't realize his reach was that significant. Tony Harrison had like a 9-inch reach advantage over Edward Diaz, all right? So that was kind of concerning. But then, as the first round was going on, I was kind of celebrating on the inside because he was giving away his height and reach advantages. He was in the pocket with Edward Diaz. And I'm like, oh, he gonna make it easy for us, He gonna make it easier for us, instead of using his advantages. And Diaz, like I said, he had a punch. So, he's right there in front of the guy. I'm like, oh, again, where's Tony's mind at these days? How sharp is he mentally? I thought that was a big mistake. Now, it was not disastrous for him because, Edward Diaz, did not have the fastest hand speed. He was not the most accurate puncher. A lot of shots he was throwing were, cuffing shots. He was basically cuffing Tony Harrison with his gloves. And, that was not good. All right. Arguably, the first round could have went to Diaz, But then as the fight was going, Tony was, winning the rounds. He started boxing smarter, using his advantages. And he was banking rounds. Diaz was throwing less, like he was getting discouraged. I was wanting him to be more aggressive and try more. Then, in one of the middle rounds, Tony slipped on the decal in the middle of the ring. And it looked bad. I thought to myself, man, is he gonna be able to continue? If he couldn't have, I think that would have been a TKO win. I don't think it would have been no contest. But but he was able to continue. And then, of course, we get into the 9th round, and Tony lands a shot. He thinks he hurts Diaz. He starts getting aggressive. He goes back on the inside again, back into the pocket with the guy. And of course, Diaz, to his credit, was throwing back, and he hit Tony with that right, and Tony went down. By this time, I had made it home. I jumped up off the couch. Yes, Tony goes down, and he gets up. Luckily for him, there was only a few seconds left in the round, and Diaz and I get to unload and unleash on him. All right, unfortunately. Then when the 10th round starts, Diaz comes out, and he's letting his hands go. He's going for it. He's trying. I'm like, yes, thank you. Which he had to get a knockout. He was not going to get a decision in Detroit with the fight that he fought. To his credit, he tried, but eventually slowed down. I think he was kind of gassed out a little bit. And, I think that could have been a Diaz round. I think he might have won maybe 3 rounds in the fight. But Tony won a decision. He did win the fight. So he got past Edward Diaz, guys. But Edward Diaz did not completely let me down. He showed that he had a punch, that he was game. It's not like he got blown out within 3 to 4 rounds, something like that. He was competitive against Tony. Guys, Tony Harrison, what he should do is he should take this win in Detroit, in an arena full of people, and he should retire. He should go out on a high note, all right? But we know most likely that's not what's going to happen. He talking about he's going to keep him busy, you know. Like one of the guys commented after the fight, if Diaz was just a little bit more talented, and maybe if the size was a little bit more equal, he could have won this fight. You know, he was an undersized guy, a guy who fought as low as 120 in his career, fighting a career 154 pounder. There was a clear size advantage for Tony Harrison, and he got dropped by this guy. All right, a 15-6 journeyman that had a punch, but had been stopped 5 out of his 6 losses. You know, he couldn't even drop this guy. All right, you know, if he fights forget the top middleweights, but if he fights a slightly better guy, he could lose. As long as Tony continues, I would bet against him. All right, because he should not be fighting anymore. You know, so you know, congrats to him. He got by on this one. But if he continues, somebody gonna get it. All right. Now, on to Claressa Shields. She let me down. She did not get the stoppage. She went on Sway's, talking guaranteeing a knockout. You know, she's not gonna go past 6 rounds with me. She talked a lot of shit. All right. Lani Diaz was legit scared of Claressa Shields. She ran from her like the first 2 to 3 rounds until her 37-year-old legs got tired. She could not run anymore. All right. By the end of the 4th round, she was breathing heavily. All right. Claressa could have stopped this girl if she would have had a strong body attack. Now, to her credit, she was throwing body shots, but she, at the same time, she still was going for the head. Lani Daniels, to her credit, had good head movement, upper body movement, made Claressa miss a good bit. All right. Also, to her credit, she was tough, man. I got to give it to her. After she was tired and she couldn't run anymore, she finally, you know, bit down on her gum shield and stood in front of Claressa as best she could, trying to fight, eating the shots and hanging in there. You know, she ate the shots. She did not quit, despite being tired, you know, and outmatched. You know, I give Lani Daniels credit for that. But Claressa should have stopped this girl, man. This girl was outmatched, outclassed, had no power, and she still could not stop this girl. She should have unleashed her inner caballero and just wailed to this girl's body. No way she would have made it to the finish line, all right? As tough as she was, and I give her credit, I think a stronger body attack, she could have got the girl out of there, all right? So I lost on that fight. Hell, I lost all the way around. No profit for me this weekend. You know, so not in the money this weekend, guys. But damn, Diaz did me proud, especially that 9th, 10th round, you know. Again, a slightly better talent, he could have won the fight. All right. I'm not sure what the next play will be. I'm not sure what's coming up here soon. I have seen something coming up, I think, in a few weeks that I'm really looking at. But if something comes up in the coming days, I will come on and comment. But I hope you guys had some success and made some money with your business past weekend. You know, let me know what you guys think. Good luck to you in any business you place coming up. You guys have a good week, and I'll check in with you soon. Thanks for watching.